And I will just test some streamingness. I'm not through to Facebook because Facebook blocked me because I'm doing musical experience shows, which is a little bit unfortunate. But you know what? Sometimes these things kind of work out in the wash and they end up being good for some reason. So today I've got very slick hair because I wet it. Today is quite exciting. You guys may not see the difference, but I have I now have two mirrorless cameras instead of just the one, because before I was kind of doing this thing where I was using one camera and I would be here on one camera, and anyway I was using the kind of the wide angledness of one camera to be able to take two shots. But now I've actually got two cameras, and I've used some kind of, in fact the batteries are probably going to run out. I've used some sort of makeshift stand in order, take that battery out. I think it's actually for putting lights on a stand, but I've used it to put two cameras on one tripod, which I'm rather happy about. I kind of think that's kind of cool. So I just need to take one of these. Oh, where did my picture go? Interesting. Picture went. So yeah, I'm also waiting. Oh, good. My camera's okay. Something for future reference. Don't bloody touch. Yeah, there you go. In fact, I wonder which one it is. Yeah, don't touch the HDMI capture cards. They do not want to be touched. So, in which case, it's all learnings, right? This is fantastic. When things go wrong, I'm like, oh, don't do that again. I have what's called a dummy battery coming. And what a dummy battery is... Can't get it in. Well, that's what she said. A dummy battery is... It's got the shape of a battery. However, it plugs into your camera, and there's a cable that runs from that you plug into the wall, because these cameras, for some reason they don't do that. Yeah, they don't plug into the wall. They the A6400 does, but the A6000 that I have and the A5100 don't, which I think is, yeah, it can't be that difficult to change something so they are able to do that. Anyway, I'm going to make, let's make a tune. We're going to make sorry, there's no one there, so but when there is, we make a tune together. And for now, I'm just sort of going to slowly talk through my process. And when you want to join in... oh, lots of frames are being dropped. Good, good. When you want to join in, you can do. But what I'm actually going to do, I may do a speed test. In fact, bear with me. I'm going to leave... Yeah, just bear with me. I will be back. Now, I'm hoping me moving my 4G router has improved the speeds. But yeah, who can know? Who can know indeed? Yeah, so basically we make a tune together, and I want to kind of demonstrate how fast, how easy it is to throw down ideas. Now, I do not say that the ideas need to be good. It's just that we don't necessarily need to feel like massively inspired. Oh, I've got this idea, I must get it down. We can kind of do it really haphazardly and still come out with ideas. To the point I've kind of experimented this, and I did something where I live streamed and I threw down 10 ideas in one day. Yeah, which didn't take as long as you might think. It really was pretty quick. I might invite Olivia. Let's see. Yeah, so I use a program called Ableton Live, and this fella here, it's called the Push 2, and I'm sure apparently this thing is really good for doing for dogs barking in the background. Apparently this thing is really good for doing stuff live. So at some point when gigs start again, when, not if, I better take this out and actually do some live remixes, which I think would be amazingly cool to be able to do that. Yeah. And actually I've just realised something, that this camera that I've got batteries on, I put the screen on super bright, which is obviously going to drain the battery a lot. And if I had it set so that the screen wasn't on, then that would obviously save the battery power. So that's something I've learned for next time. So yeah, let's throw some ideas down. I'm going to go into controller view. Here's my new camera. Fantastic. Oh, lovely. My girlfriend's just showing me her pie. There's no one there, so I'm just having a chat to myself. In fact, darling, do you think you might be able to get me a glass of water? Thank you. Yeah. So let's. There's something called Omnisphere that has some really cool sounds in. I like the idea of hybrid organic ethnic colours. Let's go into there and pick. What's this? Dripping water marimba. That sounds pretty cool. Dripping water marimba. Yeah, it's very cool. It's all quite quiet. Ah, okay. Let's get the metronome on. So I'm now tapping the tempo. And we're at 68.45. Now my obsessiveness is not going to let me have that. I want 70, a nice round 70. It's got to calm my nerves. That's 0.45 is just winding me up. 70, right. And I'm going to play anything. we have something, and from that, it's going to evolve. Now I'm just going to move that down so we can see a little bit more what's going on. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pick fairly randomly a bass sound. It would be nice if the bass sound was, I'm kind of thinking an upright fretless bass or something like that, but I may not get that. So yeah, sometime in the past I've kind of left the preview off and just randomly picked one, but I'm going to be a little bit more selective. Probably not. Oh, no. No. Let's go for that one. It's kind of close to being not abrasive in it. And I'm going to have a sip of water and play this. Just like that. Just like that, isn't it? Okay, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bit out of time, but it doesn't matter too much because I can adjust all that later. Let's go for some drums now, shall we? Yeah, let's go through here. Let's go with that because it's kind of sticking out a little bit aggressive. So yeah, it might be kind of interesting to go with that. Glopair, hello, welcome, thank you for joining. I've just been chatting to myself for about 18 minutes. But I'm getting quite used to it. Yeah. So, Glopair, do I know you? Are you from The Leap? Is that right? Yeah, let me know. If you're on YouTube, you probably are from The Leap. So... Oh, Olivia. Oh, hello. How are you doing? You saw my little message. Thank you for that. Yeah, I just started this and I looked on Slack to see if anybody had replied. Yeah. So as I said, I'm getting pretty good at just chatting to myself. And when there's nobody there, I don't even pretend that there is. I just like, well, I've kind of actually just started giving a slow lesson on what I'm doing. But anyway, do you want to have a listen to what I've got so far? I threw some ideas down. This seems to be a bit of a slow jam. And while I'm doing this, would you like to give me a descriptive word for the melody line? Because I haven't come up with that. In other news, Olivia, this is a new camera. I now have 2 mirrorless cameras. They're a bit like digital SLRs on a tripod. So there's this one and then this one. Yeah. Fuzzy. Right, controller view. Okay, cool. Let's have a listen to this first. Pretty slow, pretty slow. Sony Alphas, yes. This one is an A5100 and the other one is an A6000. Now, why I like the A5100, firstly it's cheaper and the screen flips up so I can actually look at the camera and see. The A6000, it's not that much better, but the screen doesn't flip up. It moves out a bit. It doesn't actually flip up. So yeah, if you wanted to, when you're doing your live streaming, which you're going to start soon, aren't you? I'd recommend an A5100 and a capture card. I'm using like a €20 capture card, and it looks pretty good. I do have a light here, which I think makes quite a lot of difference. That's without the light, and then that is it's a video light. Never what? You just wrote never, and because of the time delay, I don't know what you're nevering. Anyway, I need to add some hi-hat to this first, and then we're going to look for your fuzzy thing. Oh, there you go. Okay. Never gonna stream. Oh, okay. You're not interested in live streaming at all then? May I ask why? Yeah, because you said that you're a live engineer, right? You're a live sound engineer. And people are gonna want lessons on it and stuff like that. I'm just gonna put some hi-hat into this. Check, check, check. No, it's not your thing. Okay, cool. Just make great music then. In order to make great music, I can't talk. In order to make great music, you need to release it though, which you will be doing soon, right? I just need to adjust some volume levels because, well, I do. Whoa, everything just turned off and moved. Bear with me. Okay, sorry about that. I'm still using my laptop. My new computer is coming on Monday, and I just opened my laptop and all the screens all kind of messed up and stuff like that. Yeah, so Olivia, how is the remix going? Is that totally finished and you've given it to the band? And what is your next project? Yeah. Or actually, are you doing The Leap again as well? Tell me all. So, this lead sound here, you said fuzzy. So I'm going to pop over to not that view, not that view, not that view. I've gone and made an error with my cameras. This view should be laptop view, and it is not. I'm just going to read what you're saying here. Hang on. No, I'm working on it now. Yes, I'm doing the Leap 9 too. Awesome. How is the Leap 9 going? Have you had any moments of clarity? So I'm just going to move this fella over because I've realized that this is basically the wrong bloody camera. It should be USB video 2. There you go. And I'm a bit wonky. So I'm massive. Sorry, I found that way too funny. I do that where I find my own jokes too funny, especially when you're kind of more and more talking into a bloody live streaming non-audience thing going on. No clarity, just splurging. Yeah, on Sundays I do my reset, which is just splurging, and it's great. It really, just throwing ideas out there. I'm enjoying it very, very much. So what were we saying? We were saying the fuzzy. So I'm going to type fuzzy in here and see what comes up. Oh, dinner. I can smell my dinner. It sounds fantastic. Smells fantastic. So fuzzy, sounds. Right, help me pick this. So we have fuzzy poly, which is that one. Or we have synth rhythmical. What's for dinner? Unfortunately, I'm doing this. I should have been having dinner. It smells like pie with salad, and it smells really, really good. Oh yeah. So Olivia, how is it using YouTube instead of Facebook for the live streaming? Is that any better quality? Synth rhythmical. Okay, cool. I've just realised I'll use that, and I've just realised it's going to kind of limit me for the melody line because it's got some rhythm in. But that's where I must adapt, right? In exciting news that I probably would have told you about tomorrow, but I'm going to tell you anyway, if that's okay. So I've been procrastinating on starting... another thing. Oh, it's all coming out now. My voice, does it sound better than it did before? It looks good, but my iPad won't let me chat. I have to chat via my desktop, which is annoying. Yeah, my mum had that trouble, I think, on the iPad. I think to be able to chat, you have to swipe right or left, and then the chat comes up below or something like that, I think. So yeah, I've been procrastinating on starting the email list. And I started it yesterday. I've read an audiobook called The 5-Second Rule. And the 5-second rule is not when you drop food on the floor, you can eat it as long as it's before 5 seconds. It's not that. The 5-second rule is you think of doing something, you have some idea, and before your mind kicks in and we talk ourselves out of it, because that's generally what we do, we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and we just take some action. So yesterday I didn't feel like it, but I just started my emailing list, and it's a long way from finished, but I didn't try and finish it. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna start it. Yeah, there's loads of more I need to look into it and whatnot, but yeah, I'm pretty chuffed that I started that, so that's all good. Let's go back. Let's close this down. I want one button. Right, can you see what I'm doing here? Click that and it gets rid of the library view. I want one button to be able to do that, because at the moment you have to go Option, Command and B to make it go away. Which I reckon if I get used to it, it should be, yeah, okay. I'm going to move back over to here. So we're going to put Controller View on. Oh no, how did that happen? Now this is why you just start live streaming when nobody's watching, because I changed the camera for that one, and now this controller cam, it's not the right one, which is actually quite funny. So this one here, I changed that, but in actual fact, it needs to be changed. It needs to be 1, 2, I use touch portal to hide the left panel. Touch portal. What's that? What's that then? It's like a poor person's Stream Deck. Oh, right. I've got a Stream Deck. Hooray. Actually, with Stream Deck, you can... Well, firstly, you can get the app on your phone to use the Stream Deck options. And then there's something called Companion. And on Companion, you can program it to do anything. Like on the Stream Deck, you press a button and... I don't know, it shuts your computer down, or it, you can program it to do anything with this Companion app, but it's really complicated. I've got to figure out how to do that. So this camera is there, but it should be that camera. Use existing. Cam 1. No, that's Cam 1. Hang on, this is Cam 2. I'm really confused now. Hang on, this is Cam 1. Oh, and I changed it to Cam 2. Right. Exactly, so you can program to hide the left panel. Oh, okay. And obviously Stream Deck has multiple pages and stuff like that. So what... Right, that's that one. But now I've probably messed up the other one. So when I go back to laptop view, yeah, that laptop view isn't that one now. Touch portal. What are you using? Are you using it on the iPad or something? Or what, on your phone? Yeah, what do you use it with? Cam 2 one, but no, I want it on Cam 1. So actually, I'm going to add Cam 1. Apologise for this. It's all gone a bit Pete Tong, as they say. Somebody told me I look like Pete Tong once, actually. Anyway, I digress. So let's pop that over there. So I'm now playing around with OBS, by the way. You didn't ask, but I'm telling you. No, I have a semi-broken old mobile phone that just sits there for certain Ableton. Yeah, mobile. I've got 3 rubbishy mobile phones. Capture, turn, loop on, metronome, etc. Yeah, I've got on the push 2, there's a metronome button and there's a tap tempo button. But yeah, I should probably look into stuff like that. That sounds like a really good idea. And I'm still adjusting my face. Should I actually play some music? So today even though you're the only one that's on here, I kind of adjusted things a bit. I'm just going to check. So, main, laptop view, yeah, and controller view. Then I have the listening thing that I'm not on. I think that's all I need, probably. I would use Stream Deck if I had one. You get a second-hand one. I mean, the funny thing is, the Stream Deck, it's got the name and everything like that, but it's just a box. It's pretty cheaply made. The cable is really, really cheap. Yeah, it's just a MIDI controller, right? 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can now turn the metronome off and go back to laptop view. And yes, it's time to throw down that very fast arrangement. Am I on? Right, the green light is back on. Yeah, OBS just totally disconnected. I have shit internet. It's official. So, basically the sound, that thing, the fuzzy thing that we picked. Oh, you're back. Oh, very good. The fuzzy thing that we picked. It's the attack on it is really slow, and it's an arpeggiator, and I wouldn't normally use an arpeggiator for like a melody instrument. So anyway, I did what I could, because this is essentially a splurge, even though it's not really a splurge, is it? I'm doing way too much thinking about it and adjusting. Come on. I'm also using a mouse with my left hand, and I used to use the trackpad on my laptop. So I'm still learning how to use the mouse. So, yes, you're right. We're going to start with drums. Then we're going to have the bass. Then that's going to come in. Semi-splurge. It's a semi-splurge, that's right. Right, I'm going to keep this pretty short. That's there. So are we doing a chat tomorrow? Normally about 2 o'clock, isn't it, or something like that? That would be good. I'm wondering whether totally forgotten his name. Not Yaniv, the other one. What's his name? I'm wondering whether he's ever going to release something, and he's it's a really good indication, like what some producers are like, where they're getting really, really good at all the technical things, but they're not actually putting music out there. Yeah, Mikhail, that's the one. Yeah, they're not actually putting music out there. So there's Mikhail, a guy called TJ, who his knowledge. Sorry, the videos that I'm wondering the same thing about you. You don't talk the talk as much and make excuses as much as some others do. Yeah, you should be releasing music. Well, actually, you don't have to release music, but if it's your goal, then you need to release music. And I feel really lucky to be in a group with you guys, because you're a plethora of information. But there is something to be said about when you're releasing music, because the first few that you release, you're like worried what everybody cares. And at the moment, I'm kind of forgetting where I am with tunes. I'm like for example, on Monday I put a track out. I can't really remember what it is, which is quite amusing. Going back to this. Oh no, I was going to cut that up, wasn't I? What have you written? We are a den of rabbit holes. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I get on the whole rabbit hole thing, like trying to improve my internet, which seems to have fixed itself now. And then the computer thing. I just ended up making things worse. Yeah, and then I was just like, man, just simplify things. This is ridiculous. So I'm taking way too long to get this quick thing out there, aren't I? That's just going to be there. That's there. Yeah, 2.5 minutes. That is enough for us to get an idea of what you want it to be, right? Oh, I got some really some quite cool comments the other day. There was a couple of people from Twitch, producers, that were kind of interested in my process, and essentially it's just all processed from the Leap and stuff. But I think mine is even more simple. I'm literally hardly thinking about it at all. I'm just using what key it's in, throwing it down, and kind of going. When I do the splurges on my own, it's so haphazard, and some of them are absolutely. It's just a jumble of notes. It sounds rubbish. Anyway, so we can have a listen to this. But first, if we may, I'm going to turn off my microphone, and we're going to have my good mate Will has done a time lapse thing of him doing this week's artwork. So I'm going to press this button, and we're going to just see the teaser from the teaser video of this week's release that was on Monday just gone. I'm not meant to be still there. And there you have it. Loving his artwork. Pretty cool stuff. So now we're going to have a listen to this track. Sometimes I'm going to be turning the delay on and off to give a drum fill, because that's what I like to do. So let's have a listen to how this track. Love that bass. Nice track. The bass. Oh yeah, as I said, so when I played that, I've got a setting where I should be able to hear it, but I can't actually hear that when I played it. It should be in filters, audio monitor, and for some reason it's not working when I hear it. So yeah, the bass, I purposely made it sound kind of a bit crackly, like there was a noise of an amp. And at the end of it, I purposely, you know the fade out at the end. I haven't done any fade outs before, but the fade out kind of reminded me of a 1960s track. It's just kind of a bit of fun. Let's have a listen to this track, shall we? Close that. Yeah, let's have a listen, see what happens. And there you have it. That is what it is. Yeah, I think I've kind of had two arpeggiators on. The Omnisphere and the Fuzzy Sound. They were both kind of arpeggiators, and so yeah, it was just a bit of a blur. But it's nice to do something a bit slower, and it is what it is, right? Right, it's my dinner time. I'm very much looking forward to it. Olivia, thank you so much for joining me. Otherwise, I would have just been here chatting to myself. But it's all good practice, right? Awesome. Fun indeed. So, as you know, I've got another track coming out on Monday. And I think at the moment, like, my tracks, I've still got a backlog of stuff that I was working from before. So I don't think it's really going to be until like about another month's time where the whole thing, one a week, I've actually worked on it all, if that makes sense. Because I was doing 4 sessions a day, but I was only releasing one track every 2 weeks. So yeah, I think I had a bit of a backlog. So it's going to be interesting the next few weeks when, and I may have to adapt some things. It's a little worrying. Yeah, cool. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you tomorrow. I think about 2:00. I'll give you a message on Slack, and we'll see what's going on. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye now.